Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. I've got this week's Pick a Card Weekly Tarot reading. Okay, so here are the cards. Let's go to the board now. I'm going to pick 5 cards and we'll see what the vibes are for this week. I like to have a little vision before I turn the card over. Okay, so it's simple. You just pick a number now. Pick a number now between 1 and 5 and we'll see what I get. Have you got your number? I've got mine. You can have more than one number if you'd like. Okay. All right. So card number 1. Okay, there's a straight road to the side of me. I'm close to being on track, but I'm not quite on track. So if you pick card number 1 this week, you may have the insight or the realization that you're not quite on track and you have to change your direction ever so slightly in order to get back on the road, to get where you want to go. The card that comes out is the Hierophant. There could be some education and training or retraining involved. I'm getting the vibe as I'm saying this. It might be something that you did some time ago that you have to brush up on. Okay, this card is all about a very knowledgeable person who is sitting on a lot of knowledge but not necessarily using it. So all of the red, of course, is about action. Action is required in order to use all of your knowledge. And the other thing is that we have the Book of Life here. There's 2 keys. I like to think the 2 keys are wisdom and knowledge. You need the wisdom to apply to the knowledge because, you know, just having knowledge for knowledge's sake doesn't achieve anything. So we need wisdom to know how to best apply the knowledge to any given situation. So this major arcana card is encouraging you to get off your tush and to get your knowledge flowing and out into the world. And the more, you know, it's like money, it's a currency, in fact. Yeah, knowledge is a currency. So the more the knowledge flows, the more that comes in, and it just sort of goes around in a circle. That's card number 1. Pretty important as a major arcana. It could change your life, not just in February or this week, but over some considerable period of time, months and months, even years and years. Number 2. Card number 2. Okay, close my eyes. Now, what do I see? What is that thing? Putting it over my shoulder, it's a gun. This is the second time a gun has come up today that I've seen a rifle. This one's a little bit different, and I don't know what they're called because I really don't know anything about guns. In most circumstances in Australia, guns are illegal unless you've got a permit, and there's very few people that have them, and I wouldn't have one anyway. But I'm a pacifist. But on this rifle, I know it's a rifle, it's a long skinny gun, and it's got this sort of thing like a holster, not a holster, but like a shoulder strap. So you throw it over your shoulder. So it's saying to me something about be ready to get up and go. And there's some feeling of travel around it. So rifle, I think, is more for long distance shooting. And so it's saying like take your aim and go for whatever it is in the distance. There might be some travel involved in that, you know, whether it's a job or, you know, training or something like that. There could be, you know, romance, whatever it is that's your goal, there could be some travel involved. Let's see what we get if you pick card number 2. I have to go for this one. No, that one. Okay, work-related, quite possibly. What was the one I gave up? That one. It was the King of Swords. Okay, so the 8 of Pentacles. This is work that is done with some sort of creativity, some sort of spiritual intent even, but it's work that you get very well rewarded. There's good recompense here. Often it is working with your hands, but of course these days, you know, technology is such a thing these days that you could be typing instead of holding a hammer. So this is really a lovely card. It doesn't come up very often, actually. 8 of Pentacles. It's great for your money and earning money from your own labour, your own creativity, your own initiative, and there's a lot of action here. She's got her foot, I've never noticed this before, she's got her foot out like that. That says to me taking a step forward. So there's some sort of movement with it. It could again be travel. Number three, closing my eyes. Oh, there's a rocket taking off here for number 3. A new idea that is going places, okay? And it's just launching, it's coming off the ground, it's launching into your mind, and it's going to take off in your mind. Then it goes into the stratosphere, Bob's your uncle, basically. The card that comes up is the Queen of Cups. It's about really feeling all of your emotions, and this brings you closer to spirit as well. Here's a subconscious here. Even though she's in the emotional realm, she's still on the shoreline here. So that's basically saying stay practical, keep your feet on the ground as you feel your emotions. I don't know what that's got to do with the vision of a rocket taking off, other than perhaps these seagulls up here, birds, they take the big picture view. So maybe the rocket taking off is saying, look at the big picture as well, as you're high in the sky and you look down and you can, look at the whole thing basically. And it's a way of seeing into the future as well. You can see what's coming because the earth is rotating. So you can see the rotation of the earth and you can see what's coming towards you. So it might give you a little bit of a sense of psychic ability, perhaps being able to foretell. The gift of the scenario, I call this. My husband's got this. It is a type of psychic gift. It's like you see forward and it's like if this and this and this, it's going to result in that. So there's some logic mixed in with it. Also, you'll see she's wearing green and blue, so these aqua sort of colours. Green, of course, is the heart chakra, and the blue is the throat chakra, but it's sort of an aqua blue. So all about speaking up about the things that you love while being very much in touch with your subconscious, which is, again, shades of aqua. She's seated on a shell with a shell at the back. So the Queen energy is a very sophisticated, advanced energy, and people will think of her as loving and kind and just being sympathetic and nurturing, So it's a very favourable sort of energy around this week for those of us who picked 3, which is what I did. Okay, we're doing card number 4 now. Card number 4. What do I see? Okay, I'm walking out. There's ocean around, and it's like a promontory. It's a bridge actually. So I'm walking along this bridge. This is about bridging the opposite energies. You might have some situations. This one's just come out. You might have some situations this week where there are a few challenges. And it's like you've got an opinion, maybe there's another person involved who's got an opinion, but they're not the same. So how to bridge the opposite energies. This card is saying, the Ten of Wands, drop the burden. Maybe you've been carrying some fixed ideas about something, just let them go. Let it go. Because all of this is weighing heavily upon you, and it's time to really give up any burdens. You don't need burdens on your shoulders. There's been a mountain here in the background, and it's like you've climbed that mountain, you've come down the other side. Now you've done what you had to do. You can just move on. So drop the burden. You've had a lot of growth out of it. So there's a lot of green here. And Ten of Wands, it's the end of the cycle. So you might have had enthusiasm at the beginning, but now it's like done and dusted. Leave it be, move on, Find something else that you find exciting and fulfilling, basically. All right, number 5 is alive. Number 5 is alive. What do I see? Close my eyes. I see a swing going back and forward. You might be in two minds. There might be a decision coming up and you're not sure which way to go. The swing going back and forward, back and forward. It's like a pendulum, isn't it? And eventually it will find its balance, okay, the balance point, and then your answer will come if you have a decision that will make it more clear for you when the swing stops swinging. The card that comes up is the 8 of Swords. This is in some way you might have felt trapped, okay? You might have felt that you've been captured or something by your ideas, because all these swords are in the ground, so it's like embarking on something, and then it ended up entrapping you in some way, and so you might have a decision to make. The words that come to me while I was actually shuffling was, will I stay or will I go? And only you can decide that. But on the positive side, even though you might be feeling trapped, you can see these ropes here, they're actually a bit loose. They're not that tight. So, you know, with a bit of wiggle room, you can actually get out of this situation. It could be any amount of things. Could be a relationship, could be a job. You might be in a job that you really don't feel that comfortable with. Pull down your blindfold, strip off your ropes. You know, there is wiggle room there, so you can get those ropes off and pull down your blindfold so that you can at least see. So you can make a decision with your eyes open. That's really important, okay? It's the 8 of Swords. Maybe it's money that's keeping you there, or, you know, it could even be it's a false sense of security, that you feel secure, better the devil you know than one you don't know. Only you can make up your mind. I think it's a matter of time before you make the decision what to do, okay? And I think you'll probably go, but it's your decision to make. Okay, so that's it this week. There's only one major arcana card, and that's more or less saying it's a normal sort of week for many people, and we'll trudge along, do what we have to do. So a Hierophant, Pentacles, Cups, Wands, Swords, pretty balanced really across all the realms. And so, you know, we're not all coming up with just the one suite, if that makes sense. Yeah. All right, so that's it. I hope you found this useful. Thank you so much for watching this week. Don't forget, leave a comment and a like. That would be fabulous. And I shall see you all again soon. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Thanks, and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.